Good evening. You're listening to OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio, broadcast live from the State University of New York at Old Westbury. Tonight, an exclusive presentation of OWWR Sports, live from the State University of New York, Clark Athletic Center here at Old Westbury. The matchup is the SUNY Old Westbury men's Panthers taking on the University of Mount St. Vincent's Dolphins right here. Your team tonight on the air. Play-by-play commentator, Joshua Wilson. Color commentator, Nicholas Marsh. In the studio, Mohamed Ducare. Production support provided by Angelina Zavala. We're here for an exciting matchup against these great teams. It's the SUNY Old Westbury men's Panthers taking on the Mount St. Vincent Dolphins. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for your OWWR Sports. And now, Joshua Wilson and Nicholas Marsh.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's exciting basketball matchup here on OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio. I'm Joshua Wilson, joined with the one and only Nick Marsh for tonight's broadcast of the Old Westbury Panthers taking on the University of Mount St. Vincent's Dolphins. We're here coming live from the Clark Athletic Center. So, Nick, we're here for an exciting evening. What should we expect from these two teams?
I'm expecting the Panthers to continue their momentum from the last two games. The Panthers are currently on a two-game win streak. I think if they continue that, they can get the win tonight. For the Dolphins, they're looking for their first win in the past seven games. So, for the Dolphins, they got to get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm. And what are you seeing from the Panthers?
From the Panthers, I think overall they still have to work on their three-pointers. Right. I saw from last game, like sometimes they're overly forcing shots.
Okay. Seems like both rosters are full tonight. Just looking from the shoot around, it seems like the entire Panther roster is out here, very energized and ready. We're still waiting for some participants from the crowd. But speaking of last game, what's the summary about that? What happened last game? For the Panthers, at least.
So last game, Josh Minton led the team in 31 points. Josh Minton's actually one of the seniors tonight for senior night. Christian Thomas followed with 20 points, shooting 8 of 15 to go with 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal.
That's good.
Emal Ankwell followed with 19 points of 6 of 11 shooting, while adding 5 assists.
Sounds good. Sounds like the Panthers are definitely on a roll. That win against Mount St. Mary, that's very important. And the Panthers got off to a rocky start, to say the least, right? Even their record right now isn't the best, but still getting on that run and making it happen, especially winning at home, winning on the road, that matters.
Yeah, 100%. And this is the first broadcast back for this semester, spring 2026.
Right. So, what do you predict the Panthers are going to attack? Like offensively, where do you think they're going to attack? You think they're going to go inside, attack the paint, or more be like a perimeter team?
I feel like for them to be efficient, they want to shoot more inside. Like the Panthers can't be forcing shots.
Right. So you would say get in the paint more, or at least take some mid ranges, take some easier, more makeable shots.
Yeah, exactly. And always finding like the right pass. Always pass the ball around. Don't take that first attempt thinking that it will go, and pass around and find the best shot for the team.
Defensively, what have you seen from the Panthers? Because from previous games that me and Ryan have commentated, we've usually seen the Panthers, they lack a little intensity on the defensive end, and teams will blow by them or just shoot over them, and you don't really see them get stops often. So what do you think they're going to bring?
So overall, I think they bring a lot more energy to the defensive end. Sometimes from past games, it looks like they just don't really care about defense. For the team to be successful, you need to have great defense.
Right, so you're saying for them to win, they need to be more intense. They need to do more.
Yeah, 100%. Just give a little bit more effort.
Definitely, especially against this team, University of Mount St. Vincent. they're 2 of 17. They're 1-9 versus their own conference. So I think that's a winnable. This is definitely a winnable game for these Panthers.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then just the Dolphins overall just hasn't won a game in seven games. So
I'm looking right here. They have a 0-12 home record.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, how are you winning on the road? You can't defend your home court. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at the Panthers, I'm wondering how they're gonna cover the perimeter. Last time I seen the Panthers play, I actually think it was a women's game that we saw, but me and Ryan, we called a men's game last semester, and yeah, it was lackluster. But the crowd was really into it. It was interesting. Like, the crowd was into it, but the team was getting blown out.
You would think the team would build into the momentum of the crowd,
right?
Kind of cheering them on,
right? And you see that, but sometimes, you know, once a team starts to lose, they just get out of it. Like, they defeat themselves and they don't give themselves a chance to get back in it. So even if that happens to the Panthers tonight, where they go down early, you got to stay in it. You got to stay locked in.
100%. You got to find a way to, even though you're down, find a way to come back.
And I understand it's just shoot around, but just looking at the shoot around, I'm seeing them hit a lot of mid ranges. The 3-pointers, not so much. But I'm wondering if they're gonna attack that. I wonder if they're gonna attack mid ranges and, you know, take quick shots, easy shots in the possession.
Yeah, because I think they can take advantage of that. Like, use their size to their ability.
I'm looking at Old Westbury's previous game and how they shot from the 3. They actually were about 50%, closer, like just under 50%. That's really not bad. But you want to see that be consistent. You want to see that come again and be better.
Exactly. And then the Dolphins last game, they only shot 41.2% from the 3.
So you think, if you're the Panthers, you notice that. Do you allow them to shoot more, get some open shots, and make them get in rhythm first?
Yeah, I say let them get in rhythm, see how they're shooting overall, and just test the waters with them.
Okay. Well, it's still 7 more minutes until the game is underway. Highly anticipated matchup between these conference rivals. Old Westbury, their main opponents, their main rivals are, like, you know, Farmingdale and Hofstra. So to get into this one, it's like, finally, you know, we get a winnable matchup that, well, not saying that other conference rivals aren't winnable, but this is definitely, just looking at the track records, this is definitely going to happen for the Panthers, at least.
The Panthers plan to contain Eric Woodbury. The Dolphins' leading scorer averages 19 points on 45% from the field and 34% from 3.
That makes sense. Yeah, Eric Woodbury seems very efficient. Seems like he's a point of attack scorer. He's going to just get to his point and rise up.
And even though the Dolphins' 3-point percentage isn't the best, the Panthers still have a hard way of defending that 3 ball.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, where if you're the Panthers, you know, usually your main priority should be defending the perimeter. With this type of team, you might actually benefit from not doing too much on the perimeter. You know what I mean? Like, just being the interior team.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the way how the Panthers should guard the 3, give more intensity, put more energy out there when you're guarding.
I would love to see how they'll attack the paint, because it looks like the Panthers have somewhat of the height advantage. I'm not sure if trying to get the names of the teams right. Mount St. Vincent, I'm not sure if they have the complete size for the Panthers. They have a few tall players, but most of their team is pretty short. Meanwhile, the Panthers have a variety of different players. They have some short players, but mostly like more mid to pretty tall players. And when I see some of them get on the rim, and speaking of getting on the rim, I do think they should attack the paint first, just to start the game.
100%.
I think they should attack the paint, and I think, you know, just try and build some points that way. Not even a lead, but if you can get a lead, then of course. But just get some points on the board, just see the ball go in a few times and build some more confidence.
Because attacking from the inside can build the team morale up. Like, we're actually doing good. So maybe if that goes well for them, they can try to be efficient from the outside.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, taking it to the paint, you know, it allows your teammates to actually get back on defense a little easier compared to taking a perimeter shot, settling for that, and then you're letting the team kind of already get the rebound, you know, putting them in position. You know, you want to get the best out of your possessions. So definitely, for sure, attack the rim. It seems like it could work for the Panthers, but what do you think? How do you think the Panthers should guard them? How do you think the Panthers should guard Mount St. Vincent, I should say?
I think the Panthers gotta see how the Dolphins are kind of shooting, like overall, like more time into the game. I just think overall they need that aggression, like when they're going to guard someone. Put that little more effort into it.
Yeah. Outside of the basketball, have you seen any other Panther teams play? Have you seen any other games from the Panthers?
I personally seen it was senior night for the women's volleyball team last semester.
And how was that game?
It was all right.
It was all right.
They couldn't really build any type of momentum, and then overall they didn't win any set.
How was the crowd? Was the crowd into it, excited?
The crowd wasn't honestly into it so much. Wasn't too many people here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. There's been I'm pretty sure every single game me and Ryan has covered has been a packed house. Pretty much. It's been people showing up, especially for the women's basketball games. A lot of people, a lot of family shows up and get involved. But
yeah, 100%. And I think another takeaway for this game is how can the Panthers limit their turnovers and take care of the ball?
Oh, well, I think that you just got to make the right passes, and they got to be secure passes. Can't be reckless. You know, you can't just throw any type of pass you feel. You know, they average about 14 turnovers, so you want to really like stay on point, and you want to not only pass the ball well, but of course dribble it well. You don't want to dribble into multiple defenders and then trap yourself, or you know, you want to give the ball up at the right time in the right places.
And the Dolphins average 18 turnovers.
So that should sound like that should give the defense confidence. If you're on defense, you should have some confidence knowing that.
Well, wow, overall they turn the ball over more.
They average more turnovers than you. They probably make some reckless passes. They probably get trapped at half court and they can't really throw the ball well, can't pass the ball well. It happens.
Yeah, no, but I think it comes down to communication at the end of the day.
Right, and then of course team chemistry, knowing where your teammates are going to be at, knowing where to place the ball, where to catch the ball, where to shoot the ball even. What are you thinking about?
I think the Panthers can take advantage of the lack of ball handling that the Dolphins have. So like I've been saying before, I think they should attack the inside more often than the outside.
Inside more than outside. I completely agree with you. As we are now just under a minute and 20 seconds left, both teams are huddling up. So we will be back with you. Sorry folks, we are trying to set up, make sure we're good. But you've heard it here for your pre-game segment. This is the energy is definitely high for the players. They're just coming out of the huddles, they're just getting ready. But we'll be back for the first half of basketball in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Just stay with us. Stay here for all the action on OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio. Starters are still being announced as the anticipation is rising and the fan attendance is also rising. Right now, the University Mount St. Vernon their starting lineups are now being announced. Now we are waiting for the Panthers starters to be announced. Your game will be underway very soon. Jermaine King, number 3, guard. Joel Ofori. Freshman Christian Thomas will also be starting. The 2 guard from Spain. Imo Akinwale. Wale. And you get Balto as the next starter, number 33, the center for the Panthers. So both starting 5s are chosen and are on the court as they get ready to tip. The refs are ready. We are still waiting for the coaches to talk with their players. And here we go. Nick, what have you noticed, like, from your lineups that were chosen at least? You have about 2 freshmen out there, mostly a lot of young players. Have you? What do you think this? Like, what strategies do you think are coming, like, with this lineup?
I think the seniors are going to have to, like, lead the momentum, lead the charge for this game.
And tip-off is underway. And ball goes to the University of Mount St. Vincent. They get the ball across half court. Ball swings around, gets to the left corner. Gets to the left elbow, and the shot goes up. It is no good. The Panthers get a rebound. They're now on the break.
That was a great defensive play by the Panthers.
Panthers top of the key. They're trying to survey. And that's Christian Thomas with the first layup of the game. That was pretty easy. He just put his back into the defender. And the Mount St. Vincent, they're trying to swing the ball around, and they get a 3 to go. Jermaine King dribbling the ball up, trying to make a play. Gets the ball over to Joel Ofori. Ofori gets over to Christian. Christian over to Imo. And Imo gets the shot to miss. And a rebound is given
Panthers
to Joel
get the rebound
Ofori.
right there.
And an air ball comes up for Yagit Balto.
I feel like another pass would have been more efficient there on that play. Just trying to move the ball around a little more.
And the Dolphins with the ball, they're trying to find a play, and a travel is called off the catch.
Travel violation, Dolphins.
That was on number 0, Elijah Benbow. Now Jermaine King on the right wing. He gets the ball top of the key and then gets it back. He's still on the right wing. He gets the ball down low, and a dunk comes for number 12, Joel Ofori. That's his first bucket of the game.
Another great point from inside the paint there.
Actually, a second, excuse me. And the Dolphins, they tried to get up a quick shot. It was no good. And Jermaine, he is with the ball again, surveying. Gets the ball to Joel. And Joel tries a 3. It's no good. And it seemed like a foul was on the Panthers, or a foul for the rebound. Or, yeah. And Alex Chai, he's He swings the ball over to number 10, and number 10, that's Eric Woodbury. That's who the Westbury Panthers are trying to stop right now, as he just got his first bucket, and it was pretty easy. Panthers there on the elbow. Gets the ball to Jermaine King. Jermaine King steps back.
Wow,
long mid-range too.
What a great shot right there.
The Panthers now have 6 points to the Dolphins 5. And good ball movement for the Dolphins, and the layup comes out of that. They now get 7 points as Jermaine brings the ball up. Jermaine trying to get his teammates involved. Trying to wait for a screen. Gets a pass over to Christian Thomas. Christian Thomas dribbles to the top of the key, gets it over to Ofori. Ofori to Jermaine, and Jermaine gives it over to 33. That's Yagit Balta. Yagit Balta over to Imol, and Imol gets the layup to go.
I think the Panthers can keep doing that all game long.
Dolphins, they tried to rush it and almost got it ripped, but Barry no good on his three-point attempt. As the Panthers, they're coming down, they're being careful, they're slowing down the pace, taking their time. The ball goes over to Imol again. He shoots the three this time, no good, off the back rim. They get the ball over, the Dolphins get the ball over to their point guard, Alex. He's surveying, he gets a double team, top of the key. Gets it over down low to the center, and it gets a jump ball. Nick, what are you seeing so far from the Panthers?
I think they're putting up a great defensive effort right now. Keep trying to defend that ball. Showing that aggression that I was talking about before.
Right. I noticed they're also forcing the ball out of Barry's hands over Woodbury, and that's out of Woodbury's hands, and that's exactly what the game plan was. Number 0, Elijah Benbow, he took a three-pointer. It was no good off the back rim. And now Jermaine King is dribbling the ball up, gets it over to 33, who is Yagit Balta. Yagit Balta over to Ofori, and Ofori, he dropped his elbow, or he dropped his shoulder into the defender, laid him out, but it was an offensive foul. He made the shot, didn't matter. All right, and as Alex is bringing it up, he passes over, gets it over to Elijah. Elijah gives it back to Alex across half court. He's still surveying, trying to make it happen for his team, the Dolphins. Gets it over to 22. That would be, trying to make sure. Oh, Benberry gets a good, somewhat of a fadeaway floater, moving away from the rim, but he gets it to go. It is now 9-8 for the Dolphins. Jermaine once again surveying. They're trying to get it to Ofari down low. He has somewhat of a mismatch. Jermaine takes a three-pointer. It's good. That's 11 points on the board for the Panthers.
That was a great shot right there.
That's right. Benberry with the ball in the corner. He swings it over. One more pass down low. And a layup comes for the Dolphins. That was Blake Salis Mitchell with the layup there. And as we see the Panthers bring the ball up, they're running the same plays, but they're looking for different players. Jermaine now comes off of a screen instead of bringing the ball up. They still get it down to Ofori down low. He has a mismatch. Puts the ball on the floor, gets the floater up, and it's good. Good floater for Ofori.
He took advantage of the size right there.
That's right. Alex gets it over to Luis, and Luis surveying, gets it back over to Alex. Alex trying to look for a shot, gets it over to Luis, top of the key. And they got stripped. And
another
now
great possession defense by the Panthers.
Great layup. It is now 15-11 for the Dolphins. I mean, for the Panthers, excuse me. Dolphins, they're getting over to Benberry. And another steal, and another fast break layup. That is back-to-back layups for Imo.
These early turnovers are easy ways to get out.
And this is what we were talking about pregame, about how the Panthers could take advantage of these turnovers and careless passes. Another pass gets the down low for the Dolphins, and it was no good. The Panthers, they secure a rebound, and Jermaine is now hustling up the floor. Gets it over to Christian, and Christian gets a good look, and it's no good. Oh, offensive rebound right there. Oh, great layup. Christian goes up again, and it was blocked. Another offensive rebound, top of the key three, it was no good. Christian with an offensive rebound again. This time he put it up by himself. It didn't matter what the defense was doing down low.
Yeah, even though the Panthers were missing shots there, they were still getting those rebounds right there, still keeping that playing ball.
About 7.5 minutes have passed. It is now 19-11 for our Panthers. And what have you noticed, Nick? The intensity is definitely real.
They're taking advantage of the size there. They're having great defensive possessions right in this game.
We mentioned how the Dolphins, they average about 18 turnovers a game, and you definitely can kind of see why. They rely on 1 to 2 players to just bring the ball up and take care of it.
I think for the Dolphins, they gotta try to get that ball to different players. Try to get some different plays there.
Right. I'm looking at the Dolphins. They seem to change their lineup. They're putting in Brendan Baldy. Brendan Baldy. Eric Woodbury is staying in the game. He seems to be their main contributor. Elijah Benbow is also staying in the game, along with Alex Shy. And it seems like the Panthers are trapping the Dolphins, actually. They get past it, and the shot goes up for Alex. His first shot is no good, top of the key. Christian with the rebound. He goes down on the break and tries to get up. A lot of contact right there over the layup, and no foul was called. Alex with the ball. He's trying to get up. Oh, and another turnover, another steal for the Panthers.
Oh, my
They're
God.
diving on the floor. They're playing like this game means something. And a quick pass on the fast break was led to another turnover. This is a back and forth game. A top of the key three. And J.P. Egan.
I think the Panthers, they could have tried to step up a little faster there.
Looking over at the Panthers, they've only made one substitution. They took out Ofori. Off a rebound and a foul over the back on Christian. Alex was going for the rebound, got the foul. Score is 19-14 for the Panthers, and we're still seeing the same trap, the same full court trap. Josh Minton is just coming in the game for the Dolphins. And right now the Dolphins, they're looking for some type of shot on the perimeter. It seems like they get one, and from Luis is no good. Excuse me, that wasn't Luis, that was Brendan Baldy. Christian gets the ball, he swings it over. Excuse me, swings it over to Emo. Emo got up a shot, it was no good. Dolphins getting the rebound, they're pushing the break. But they always slow down the break, if you notice. They always slow it down to try and look for a different shot, a shot more on the perimeter. Panthers, they're closing out. The Dolphins, they're still passing the ball around. They're still looking for a shot. It seems like a pass off the screen to the paint and back out to the perimeter, and the shot is good.
Wow.
At the buzzer for the Dolphins. It is now 19-17. If you're the Panthers, you definitely don't want to let the game get away from you now.
You got to
went on a
be able
great
to
one.
contain
You
that
wanna keep
momentum.
that. Exactly. And right now, you get with the ball. Shot is no good. Dolphins, they get the rebound and they secure it. As Gerard with the ball. Swings it over to Alex. Alex gets it over to Joel. And a bucket is good. It is now a tie game. Just like that, off of that one timeout call. 7-point turnaround, or at least a 7-point difference, 7-0 run for the Dolphins. And if you're the Panthers, who are surveying the court right now. You're looking for those same interior shots that you were getting when OWWR was on the court, when Jermaine was on the court. As their substitutes are now out, as, a good shake and big move led to a turnover by the Panthers, and the Dolphins, they're now on the break. They're still being patient, looking for more outside shots, if you notice. Nick, why won't they go into the paint?
You know, I'm not really sure. I feel like this is how they're more efficient when they're scoring inside the paint. Yeah, they might have some good looks from the three, but I feel like they should focus more of the efforts in that paint.
Right, and the Dolphins just got a layup to now take the lead as Christian goes up for a layup and gets fouled. And he will now shoot 2 free throws. In my opinion, he deserved that call. He was going straight to the rim multiple times this game. At some point, you got to reward him. Jermaine King comes back into the game. And actually, no free throws will be shot on that drive attempt. It will be taken out under the basket on the baseline by Jermaine. He's looking at Christian. He gets it over to number 10. That is Latimer Taylor Jr. Shot goes up and the shot is good for 3 for Josh Minton.
That was a great good look shot right there.
And a jump shot turned into an and one for the Dolphins. It goes down. That is Luis Vidal with that shot. And if you're the Panthers, you definitely want to keep going to the rim.
No, 100%. Try to take advantage of that size difference.
Exactly. I was just about to say the same thing. They have the size advantage. And Jermaine is now surveying the court, top of the key. He's making his plays. His teammates are looking around, they're running around and trying to get open. Gets a shot, what looked to be a shot in the corner got turned into a turnover. So he pump faked, he tried to put the ball on the floor, make a pass, and the pass was a turnover. 21 Gerard is now bringing the ball up for the Dolphins. He gets it over to number 14, that's Brendan Baldy, and then over to Benberry. Woodbury, sorry, I keep saying Benberry. Woodbury, he gets his jump shot to go.
Pretty good looking shot there from him.
Jermaine, the main point guard, he's moving the ball around. And they're really trying to get a good shot right now. They're definitely trying to recreate that momentum that they started with. And a shot from the corner. This time he didn't hesitate, and it was good. Tie game for the Panthers.
I think the difference between that play and the play that happened before, right? You know, he was more confident in the shot right there.
Right. He knew not to hesitate. There was no reason to. And now Woodbury with the ball. He's now trying to get it over to number 6. That is Joel Gatto. And Gatto down low, got the pass, and then it fell between his legs. What a turnover. Christian will be inbounding, getting it over to Jermaine to survey the floor. His main defender, Eric Woodbury. How do you feel about that? Having your best offensive player also guard the main point guard of the team.
That just means you play both sides of the ball. You know, not only do you need offense when you're playing basketball, you need defense as well. They go hand in hand.
Right, as Josh Minton got another shot. The Dolphins, they're trying to survey. They're really looking for these jump shots, and if they don't get it, they'll just put their head down and go for a floater, and that one was no good. And it was out of bounds, and it stays for the Dolphins. 27-25 game for the Panthers. It will be number 14, that is Brendan Baldy.
And I just want to see the Panthers, you know, try to incorporate different plays. Because what I've been noticing, it's been kind of the same thing for most of the game.
As you see, Joel Gatto, he gets the ball back, and he makes it happen this time. Gets a layup to go and ties the game. Jermaine King, once again, bringing up the ball. I noticed that they actually have similar strategies where they'll just rely on their point guard to just bring the ball up. They don't allow anyone else to bring the ball up, as that seemed to be Josh Minton. He caught the ball on the wing and drove straight to the rack and got the call.
Dolphins foul, number 22, Lewis.
This will be 2 free throws.
Number 23, Josh Minton, shooting 2.
So, Nick, how do you feel about points in the paint for the Panthers?
I think if they continue to attack that paint, they're gonna get that bucket.
What about the other team? What about the Dolphins? How do you feel about their paint presence? How do you feel about their offense in the paint?
I feel like they're showing maybe a little bit more of effort there, because those are easy points. Yeah, a three would be nice, but when they focus in the paint, they get to take advantage of that.
I think they're a team that's used to settling for their jump shots, and I think that's kind of why they have the record that they may have. They seem to catch the ball in the perimeter and pump fake like they want to shoot it, as Josh Minton hits both his free throws. And the Dolphins, they're looking for a shot here. Joel Galdo, he tried to hand off the ball to Woodbury, and it was poked out by a Panther.
That's still a great defensive effort right there. He's showing that hustle right there.
Definitely. It is now 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Or I should say the first half. And Woodbury, he had an open shot and he didn't take it. They pass it down low to Joel, and Joel gets blocked, but a foul is called. A foul was called on number 14, Stefan Roche-Kelsey.
Panthers foul, number 14.
And I think that was a clean block. What did you think?
Yeah, no, from what I saw, it didn't seem like that was going to be a
seemed like to
a
the
foul
fans
there.
too. Seems like to the fans too. They agreed. It was a clean
Yeah,
block.
100%.
And Joel gets his first free throw to go. Joel, he has started 18 games in his college career and came off the bench in only 8. So seems like a main contributor for the Dolphins as he hits both of his free throws. Ties up the game, 29. Panthers bringing up the ball. Josh Minton, he's now surveying it. He gets it over. Swings it over one more time. Ahmad with the ball. Gets it over to Stefan. Stefan back to Jermaine. Jermaine on the left wing. He's trying to survey, trying to get the pass off. Gets it one off. And back rim for that three-point shot. And
The Panthers tried to get that ball back there, but overall it went back to the Dolphins.
Right. It seemed like that was Latimer Taylor Jr. who shot that three. He made it. The first three he shot, so he shot it again from the same spot. I don't blame him. As Alex once again brings up the ball for the Dolphins and then takes a three-point shot. Comes off the backboard. It is no good. Jermaine bringing up the ball. There's a little stop and go. It stops on a dime for the mid-range. Comes off the rim. Woodbury with the rebound. He's surveying the floor. You see him, he could get on a break. Stops by the free throw line, elbow area, and no good. Joel trying to get that rebound, gets to go. And then a shot goes up for the Dolphins. It was no good, but Joel cleaned it up. That was his second offensive rebound. You can't allow that. You got to box out if you're the Panthers.
Yeah, I thought the defense was there, but when he made that layup for the easy point.
As you can see, Latimer with the ball, or you can hear. And, Dolphins get a steal. Joel, to be exact, and Alex gets a layup to go on the fast break. The Dolphins bench is hype right now over this 4-point lead. If I'm the Panthers, I'm calling a timeout. I want to get the momentum back on my side.
100%. I think that have to have a conversation about kind of what's going wrong with this game right now.
And an offensive foul is called on Jermaine, and so the Dolphins will get the ball back as the Panthers call their timeout. And so, what do you think has led to this run from the Dolphins that has allowed them to take a lead from the Panthers?
I think they're putting the extra pass out there to find the open man to make that point there. I still think both teams are showing a great defensive effort.
I think I think the Dolphins team really likes to settle for threes, but I think Joel Gatto, he's the one who's really saving them. He's getting the offensive rebounds, and like I said before, the Panthers aren't really boxing out. So he's getting easy layups just off of these rebounds. And these layups, they're adding up. Because before they were down by about 3 or 4 points, now they're up 4 points.
Yeah,
so,
they're taking advantage of those missed opportunities from the Panthers there.
Right.
Showing a little more effort, a little more effort with that box out.
Right. I agree. Just looking, you see Tyler Connolly. He actually has 10 points for the Dolphins, and he's been key for them. It's been subtle, but he's been key. It's funny. But seeing Joe Gatto also with 6 points and Eric Woodbury with 6 points, their top scoring leaders are actually higher than ours. Our top scoring leader is Emo with 6 points, and all of his points came off of transition points. It's not even in the half-court set. So we'll see how the Panthers attack as they inbound the ball. And Jermaine is now surveying. He gets a screen, gets up to 3, and it's good.
Wow, what a shot! What a shot right there.
And Alex is now bringing up the ball again. He finds the big man open, takes a shot, but it was a foul on the floor, so they will inbound the ball instead of free throws.
I think the Panthers have to stop with these silly
the fouls.
Fouls, yeah, 100%, because the Dolphins are taking advantage every time the Panthers foul the ball there.
And that is Alex Shy surveying once again. He's getting a screen from Joel Gatto. And then he passes over down low to him. He gets a dish off and then gets, it seems like their teammate Blake Salas Mitchell, he had the ball handed off and the ball was out of bounds actually off of his body. So they will inbound again. They have 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Let's see what they can do with that.
They get it over to Joel, and Joel gets ripped immediately by Jermaine. He's now on a fast break. He's fumbling the ball, but gets the layup to go. Great layup.
Nice fast break point right there.
And you're kind of wondering, how will the Dolphins stop that type of offense where, you know, that transition offense is kind of unbeatable for the Panthers?
Yeah.
Good block by the Panthers.
Yeah, but every time that happens, they gotta find a way to get back and defend that ball.
That was defender Ahmad for the block, as Stephon surveys the floor and passes over to Jermaine. Jermaine gets over to Ahmad, and Ahmad throws the ball away. Great defensive effort, but you got to make it count. What I've noticed from the Panthers throughout the game, though, is most of their points are coming off of their defense. It is getting easier for them to score on in transition rather than when they have to set up their offense in the half court.
Yeah, because I think overall the Panthers' defense is slightly better than the Dolphins.
Right.
But for the Panthers to be a little more successful, they gotta be able to make different plays, make that extra pass.
The Dolphins, they tried to get up a shot. It was no good. Jermaine, he is now surveying the floor. He seems to look at Ahmad. Ahmad gets the ball at Josh Minton. He tries to drive and gets fouled. The Panthers, they seem disgruntled by the contact from the Dolphins, and how can you blame them? Some could argue that the refs are missing some calls, but
I think I can agree with you on that one.
the ball is ready to be inbounded by Jermaine. Finds a man in the corner. That is Emo. Emo then finds Ahmad, and Ahmad gets the shot up. It is blocked. He tried to save it. It was no good. So the Dolphins will retrieve the ball and possession.
And maybe like another pass. They're getting outside more. Maybe they could have got the point there.
Alex is dribbling the ball up. He's actually a pretty tall guard. He's like a Jason Kidd. And a layup goes up for the Dolphins. It was no good. That was Blake Salas who went up for that up and under. It was no good, nowhere close. Jermaine pulls up and gets the mid-range to go.
The Panthers continue to take advantage of that fast break points there.
Luis Fidel, he brought the ball up and tried to pass it off. And it was out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for the Dolphins, the Panthers. They're trying to regain the lead, not only regain the lead, but just maintain it. That same intensity that they had, they want to regain that.
Yeah, 100%.
Emo, he's surveying. Seems like they're looking for Jermaine to take some shots now instead of playmaking, which he has been hitting these shots. So I tell him to keep shooting as Ofari back on the court. Ooh, gets blocked on the shot. Blake Salas bringing the energy. And if you're Stephon, you want to get closer to the rim. You want to get down low. Use your height to your advantage.
Yeah, because height is such a key factor, in basketball. If you're taller than your opponent there, you should always want to drive to the paint there. And
Stephon gets subbed out right there for Yagib Balta. And then Balta actually catches the ball at top of the key. Gets it over to Jermaine. Jermaine with 3 seconds left on his shot clock gets the floater up. It is no good off the front of the rim. And then the Dolphins, they get the ball out quick. They're looking for a shot. A foul is called. Foul is called on Jermaine on the wing as he tried to reach in for the pass. The Dolphins are in the bonus now, so they will be shooting free throws.
Tyler Conley. 1-1.
Tyler Conley with the shots up. It's good. Jermaine King with 12 points for the Panthers. That's a third of our points. Meanwhile, Tyler Conley, he also has 12 points. That's about a third of their points. You can see an overarching theme throughout this game as the Dolphins, they went to the line. The Dolphins went to the line, they made one, missed one. The Panthers, they're surveying with Jermaine. Jermaine gets it over to Emo. Emo, he steps back, he tries to get a shot up and it gets ripped. A quick pass by Blake Silas on a fast break over the that seems to be Tyler Conley.
At the line for the Dolphins, number 0, Tyler Conley, shooting 2.
So what's interesting is right here, Tyler Conley used to wear the number 15 and now he wears the number 0.
Oh, that's interesting.
See, that was confusing to me because I wanted to know who number 0 was.
No, that could definitely confuse you, when a player changes their number.
Yeah.
If you're used to that player, that's their number.
That's their number. As Tyler, he knocks down both free throws. And now they actually take the lead from the Panthers by 1 as Jermaine, he's surveying the court. And we're trying to figure out what was called. Don't know if it was a backcourt or a foul off the ball. Seemed to be a backcourt violation. There's about 11 seconds left. As the Panthers, they were trying to make something happen, but now Dolphins, they can make something happen and extend their lead.
It's mistakes like that they have to stop doing.
Yeah. If you're the Panthers, you definitely want to be aware of all scenarios and all situations. Like, it is possible for you to go backcourt as Woodbury, he's sizing up on Jermaine and almost gets ripped, fades away. It's no good at the buzzer. Maybe he should have passed it. Who knows? But hey, stay tuned after this break. for your halftime coverage with OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio. We will be back. And that's the conclusion of the first half, with the Dolphins leading 37-36 over the Panthers. So, what a fantastic, halftime, we want to lock in, so for this halftime show, right? What are you seeing from the Panthers, like in the first quarter and then in the second quarter? Let's break it down. Like, so, first quarter, what did you see just to start out the game?
I think the Panthers are their defense. They're putting a little more effort than I'm seeing from last games.
A little more effort. So I think their defense was better. Initially, and I think that was causing more turnovers, causing easy points on a fast break. Compared to, the Dolphins, they create their points off of their own offense. They rarely get stops like that where they're going to score right off that turnover.
Yeah, no, so the Panthers are taking advantage of the Dolphins not defending that well, but I think for the Panthers, what they have to do is they got to start scoring when they have the ball. Find that extra pass.
It's funny because the Panthers actually have more turnovers, but I think that's just due to the second quarter. Like, literally that second quarter, they allowed a lot of turnovers, a lot of kind of sloppy plays or just kind of careless plays where it was like, okay, if you could get that back, you would probably succeed.
No, yeah, 100%. I also think the Panthers did a good job of containing the Dolphins' leading scorer of the season, Eric Woodbury. Eric Woodbury averages 19.
Right. And it's crazy. So 15 lead changes, definitely, just to show you how close the game is, right? There's been 6 ties, right? So it's been very close.
No team is really going on that run to be that better team this game.
Right. What I will say is the Dolphins bench has definitely come up for them big.
No, so, yeah, I agree with you on that. They're getting a lot more bench points.
I also feel like because they're a perimeter team, the Panthers, they started closing out. They started defending the perimeter more, switching, and then that kind of led to more easy points in the paint. And that's kind of what led the Dolphins to scoring more points in the paint than the Panthers, because the Panthers actually generate their points from scoring in the paint. Jermaine Taylor, he's been the only one who's been really, or Jermaine King, sorry, he's been the only one who's been really shooting it, and it's been going down. Same with Latimer, he made his first 3. But what do you think about Joel Galdo for the Dolphins? He's getting rebounds. He's kind of been all over the place. He's showing effort over all on the court. Defensively, offensively. Yeah, he's got 3 rebounds. 2 of them are offensive. So he's basically gotten the possession back 2 times. It's like, I feel like, in my opinion, offensive rebounds are like reverse turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you make your team get a new possession. You got another chance instead of giving up an opportunity. He's giving them more. He only has 1 turnover, but that was due to him trying to find a pass on a fast break.
Yeah, he's looking out for his teammates on the floor.
And then, like I said, just having that paint presence. He's 4 for 5, just off of layups. Literally, just being aggressive in the paint. I think you had Joel Ofori. He has 4 rebounds, and I think he needs to get more like that. He needs some more just impose his will in the paint. Like, you can just do that. Like, it was working. Let's see. Jermaine King, he's leading his team for the assist category. Of course, that's the point guard. It's funny how the Dolphins, their point guard, Shy Alex, or Alex Shy, I should say, sorry, and I'm trying to find their Tyler Conley. Both of their guards, Like Tyler Conley, he's been coming off the bench, it seems like. He wasn't in the game initially, but he's making it happen for that team. And then it's funny how like their main point guard, he's had the ball this whole time, dribbling up. He hasn't been scoring. He'll pass it, but he's not getting any assists. He's just handling the ball. He's doing his job. I think you kind of need players like that. They're not really focused on stats. They're just they're just doing their job, you know.
And like even though like, he wasn't a starter, like I think he's carrying his bench right there, like because the bench you still need that effort. Even if you're coming off the bench,
right?
You want to be able to get your team together, score those points,
right? And looking at the field goals, it seems like the Panthers are actually more efficient, and I think that's due to their shot selection.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm seeing some sloppy shots overall, but I think the Panthers, you know, they're making that shot over the Dolphins there.
And I mean, the Panthers also have only had 2 free throws. They've been in the paint so much to only have 2 free throws. I think that's weird, but I don't know if that's a reffing issue or they're not drawing enough contact. Not sure. I just know that the Panthers, they actually had a pretty long time actually with the lead.
They did.
So you can't expect them to sway back into that. But let's see if the Dolphins can, you know, just get back into it like how they have been.
It's all about, you know, building from the momentum that they had. So, and what I also think needs to happen more, which I've been saying from pregame, been saying from the start of the game, the Panthers gotta score points in the paint more. They have that height advantage over the Dolphins.
Right. And like I said, they came out with the energy. They came out with the energy, but they haven't maintained it. And I think part of that is because of their substitutions. I think when they brought in the bench, like they took out Ofori, they took out Jermaine, and the game kind of shifted. Meanwhile, like how I said, they had the Dolphins, Conley, their main scorer, he comes off the bench, and he's making it happen. So it seems like the personnel is it's similar, but it's different. It's similar where you have Woodbury and, you know, Jermaine King, when you have them both sizing up and getting their possession, getting their points.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They're like the main focuses on defense, you know what I'm saying? The defense is their main focus.
The defense almost relies on those 2 players.
Right. And so I think it's interesting, like the Westbury, they don't really have another scorer like Jermaine tonight.
Yeah, no, Jermaine is
Mount St. Vincent, they do. They kind of have 2 scorers that can really get at it,
and hit that shot efficiently.
Right, so you kind of hope that for the Panthers, they just get more guys involved and they outnumber the Dolphins. That's possible as well.
I agree.
You have more guys involved, that's gonna matter.
And you know, like I keep saying, finding that extra pass. Don't always settle for the first shot you have right there. Kind of try to survey the floor a little more.
I think Luis Vidal isn't gonna. I don't think he's gonna score like that. I think they gotta leave him open. Honestly, I think you leave him open. I think because when they get him the ball, he's not really looking to score like that.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking at him. He has 11 minutes logged, and he's only shot it 2 times. They're not really looking for him. So I would leave him. I would let Vidal take the shots that he wants if he could take them. But I'm not letting Woodbury and Conley do what they've been doing.
Yeah, both teams got to find a way to stop them. They're the main contributors for the points they're getting.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Well, stay tuned for OWWR. You know, that was the end of our halftime show, and the Panthers, the Mount St. Vincent, they have both returned to the court and they are shooting around, getting ready. So don't go anywhere. Stay put as the second half begins. Here we go into the second half, and it looks like The Panthers will be starting with the ball. 20 more seconds until your second half is underway.
We got to see what team is going to take advantage and take the game away.
That's right. And taking a look at the shot chart, seems like the Panthers actually do like to take some perimeter shots. So let's see if they can also attack the paint. As you can see,
they got to keep doing that. What they just did all the time.
We were talking about him at halftime. He can impose his will down low, as he just did. As a Woodbury, he gets up a shot. It's good. Number 10, Woodbury. That's a 6-point game. They're worried about him, but Jermaine, he's surveying the floor. He's looking for you get Bolta gets it down low to Ofari. Ofari misses his layup.
I feel like another pass would have been a little better right there.
Right. Woodbury, he's going up for another shot attempt. It's no good. Ofari gets the rebound and a foul call. Yep. And number 32, Blake Silas Mitchell, he fouled Ofari on that rebound, so Panthers will inbound on the baseline. Jermaine. Gets the ball over to Imol. Imol gets the ball over to Joel Ofori, and Ofori gets it to Jermaine. Jermaine, he's trying to get the ball around, gets over to Imol, and Imol goes up for a strong take. Good layup over the defense. 40 points to 39 for the Panthers. That was a great bucket. That was a really strong attack.
Great effort overall on that shot, too.
Yeah. And then another shot for Conley, and Conley no good. Jermaine, he gets past half court with the ball. They poke from behind, and the Dolphins, they steal the ball from him. Even though that was he takes a three-pointer, no hesitation, and it's no good. He almost airballed it. And then, once again, Blake with an offensive rebound and a putback. You cannot allow these offensive rebounds.
Those easy points like that.
Jermaine Taylor, gets past his defender. He stops on the dime and gets it over to Christian. Christian gets it over to Ofari down low. And the bucket is good down low. It is mouse in the house down low.
What have I been saying all game? They go into the paint. Most likely they're going to get that point there.
That's right. And right here, you see Tyler Conley gets it over to Alex, and Alex, he sees Blake and gets it back over to Alex, and Alex gives it back to Blake, playing hot potato, and it gets sent back. The hot potato got sent back by Christian.
What a great defensive play right there.
Christian Thomas, that was a great block. Dolphins, they get it in to Woodbury, and Woodbury misses the layup, and it seemed like a foul was right there on Emo. He got fouled by him. He got hit in the face, and they didn't call it.
Looked like that could have hurt there.
Yeah, Emo, he's dribbling the ball now. He's past half court looking for some offense from Jermaine or from Christian, it seems.
You know, something that I noticed in this game, the Dolphins bench, you know, they're really bringing that energy.
Yeah, they sound like a crowd themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
They have more energy than our crowd. Our crowd is pretty chill right now. What a way to encourage your team.
Yeah, 100%. Especially on the road.
Yeah, that's right. So the Dolphins, they're trying to get their inbound set so they can get a shot to go down. Alex, he gets the ball across half court finally and gets the ball over to the wing on Conley for the shot. No good, no hesitation, but Christian with the rebound gets it over to Emo. Emo, strong at take again. He is taking it strong at the rim, and he is getting rewarded with his points. Another foul. Emo going to the line again. I love to see it.
Yeah, no, that was really great. Like I keep saying, great effort there.
The Dolphins weren't ready for that attack, so you got to keep attacking like that. You got to keep going.
The Panthers can take advantage of that because the Dolphins are really never prepared for on the fast break.
Right. And that's how they were winning early, if you remember.
Yep. And what I noticed with the Dolphins here, sometimes when they get the ball, they're just shooting the ball right away there.
Right.
You know, try to see if you can make that extra pass.
substitution right now. It seems like number 14, Brendan Baldy, he comes in for Luis Vidal. As the Panthers get a shot at the line. 42-41 for the Panthers. Shot is up and the shot is good for Emal. Emal, definitely you could say the offensive MVP for this team so far between him and Joel Ufari and really Jermaine King.
No, I agree.
Both free throws go down. Woodbury inbounding. He now gets the ball back, and yeah, he's trying to push the pace. His motor goes from 0 to 100. And, oh, another steal. They drove in between the defense, and a steal was, ooh. Jermaine Taylor, he got on the fast breakout quick, and he wanted the alley-oop for Joel, and it was no good. The alley-oop was not good.
I personally think he should have just went up for the layup.
Right, he had a left-hand layup. It was wide open. And then, oh, he gets another steal, and then he throws it off of the Dolphins player, but they get the ball back. So the Dolphins, they're trying to get it past half court, but the defense is suffocating, and they finally get past half court. And Woodbury gets up the strong attack to the rim, and it was no good.
Looking for the foul there.
Yeah, Jermaine gets the ball down. Oh, and Joel Ufari gets the ball back. He's trying to get it up. 2 offensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and then another offensive rebound by Christian. The Panthers, they just seem like they wanted more.
Oh my goodness.
They called a jump ball and gave it to the Dolphins. That was interesting. I think that was a foul call. I think that was a...
I seen that too, Josh.
I thought that was a foul on the rebound, you know. Seemed like the Panthers deserved that. And then another foul now by the Panthers. He tried to reach on that pass, on the inbound, and you can't really gamble on those. That's a careless foul. You gave up that. Now you give up a chance of getting into the bonus later on in the game.
Something I noticed in the second half, the Panthers are, giving more effort on defense.
They are more aggressive. They are more aggressive. Maybe they needed a break or something. Needed a quick breath. And you can see Blake, he's getting down the court. He tries to pass it, and it was way too high. He lost the possession of the ball and out of bounds. Timeout for the Dolphins. That coach is not happy at Blake. Blake, he's had a great game, but he threw the ball away, and that coach, he just gave him that side eye. That's a side eye you don't want to see.
You can't make those careless mistakes.
Right. He tried to. I mean, he had the right idea. He was trying to find an open man.
Yeah, no,
it just
100%.
flew out of his hand. It happens.
Yeah, because you know what, you want that point, but at the end of the day, this is a team game right here.
Right. Looking at both teams' shot attempts, just their shot attempts, it seems like the objective of the game is just to find what their specialty, like what players' specialty is at certain points of the court. You know what I'm saying? You see Blake and Woodbury for the Dolphins, they've been attacking the paint. Woodbury and Blake Mitchell, they've been going at the paint. It seems like they had no choice.
And I agree.
But they've been making it happen. Meanwhile, it seems like you get bugged. It seems like his shots are like more on the perimeter. Same thing with Jermaine King. Jermaine King hasn't really touched the paint when it comes to his shot selection. It's been mainly mid-range and three-pointers. Looking at Emo, he's been the one taking it to the paint. Looking at Joel,
taking that charge.
They've been the one taking it to the paint. So it seems like they're just playing to their talents. They're playing to their skills. Whoever's good at what, they're gonna stay to that.
And I think that's overall. That's how you kind of win a game. There, you gotta know your role at the end of the day at your team.
And as you see, Jermaine, he gets the ball over to Emo for the corner three. It was no good. And the Dolphins, they get their rebound. Dolphins, there's Woodbury. Servan gives it to Blake. Blake gets it over to number 14. And a foul called on Westbury. He tried to Emo, he got hit with the screen by Blake, and he tried to break through it, and a foul was called.
I've noticed the Dolphins are getting a lot of these calls this game.
Yeah, and that's a tough call because you're getting hit by a screen. You want to stay with your man. You don't want to just get lost with the screen.
Uh-huh.
So you're trying to fight over that. So that's an interesting call. As the Dolphins, they inbound, they're trying to get a good shot off. Number 14, Brendan, he gets the ball a lot, but he doesn't really take many shots. Blake tried to go up for a layup and got laid out by a block.
That was a great second chance bucket
good
right
follow
there.
up by Berry. And I couldn't really make out what happened right there. Nick, do you know what happened?
It looked like 32 came down and might have hit something. He was on the sideline for a little bit there.
Yeah. On the last possession, I just wanted to describe, it seemed like Blake, he went up for an open layup, what he thought was an open layup, but it wasn't. He got blocked at the rim, and Woodbury actually came and cleaned it up for him. But he's frustrated on the sideline right now.
Yeah, he's definitely very frustrated. He's not happy about that.
As the Dolphins, they have the ball back, and they're trying to find another shot, as it seems like Joel Gatto, he's in the paint. He's a big man in the paint, but they have him sizing up right now. That's interesting.
That really is interesting, seeing how that's working.
Brendan Baldy is on the team, along with Woodbury. He tried to get a shot off and then gave it back to Brendan. Woodbury gets it back. He's trying to get a shot off, gets a three off, and it was no good. Jermaine gets the ball and he's trying to find some offense. Josh for three, no good. Joel Ofori gets the rebound and throws it way too hard at the baseline, and it is out of bounds. See, those, you got to be careful with those. That was an open layup. For Emo, but it was a careless pass.
Yeah, no, when you have a shot like that, you want to make those simple buckets.
Right. Woodbury carrying it up the court, where Emo guarding him. Gets it over to number 21, who hasn't really taken a shot this game. Number 21, that would be Gerard, Novello. A shot is up, and it is no good by the same player, Gerard.
And the Dolphins are going to continue to have the ball here.
Yeah, the Panthers, they tipped the ball. It was supposed to be a rebound, but it fell out of the hands of a player. And bounce pass goes in Galdo, and Galdo misses the shot. And Panthers fight for the rebound and keeps it. Foul is called on that rebound.
What an amazing effort right there.
Yes, you need that, especially from a big man. You want to keep that the whole game. There's 13 minutes left in the game. You have basically a quarter left.
I think this is a great opportunity now for the Panthers. Take advantage of the momentum that they have right now.
Right, you're up 4 points, 47-43. I would feed Joel again, and as you can see, they give it back to Joel. He's surveying. He gets it to Jermaine King. He gets the first step and gets a layup off. It is blocked. They will take out the ball under the basket.
The Panthers still contain the ball there, but they could have passed the ball there to kind of make that play turn out differently.
That lane, it seemed open, but that help defense was pretty quick. It was unexpected. So, if Emo taking out the ball, and they're looking for a player to get it to Joel. Joel gets it to Josh, and Josh over to Jermaine. Jermaine takes a screen. He looks around for the big man. Big man tries to give him another screen. He takes it. Gets a floater up over there big, and it's good.
My goodness.
And I kind of thought off the first attempt that he should have kind of went for the floater, make it a little harder to block. Good dish by that was Alex Scheib over down to Gatto, over to Joel Gatto. Good layup. It's now 49-45. Panthers still with the lead, and Jermaine pump fakes a three, gets it back. He now takes it to the hoop. No look, passes to the corner, past the top of the key. Joel for three, no good, back of the rim, and Woodbury with the ball.
I still think that was a good
that was a great possession. No, that was a great possession.
Shot right there.
Wide open shot. You want to take that again. And Gatto down low, gets a shot up, no good. The touch was soft, it was too soft.
When you take a wide open shot like that, you want to take those shots just because, sometimes you don't always get the opportunity when you open like that.
Yeah. And so the Panthers, they will inbound the ball. I don't really see the Panthers taking any jump shots, and you like to see that.
No, I do like to see that, because what I was talking about in the pregame, having their paint presence a little more there than outside,
and
I think
and then making it physical, causing foul calls. Josh gave the ball over to Emo, and Emo gives it over to Joel Ofori, over to Jermaine, and then back over to the big man. That is Yigit Balda. He now takes a three top of the key after not finding any open options. And it was off the back rim. Ofari gets the rebound. And it stays with the Panthers.
Ofari is all over the place in this game.
This is what you want to see. This is exactly what you want to see. The Panthers, they have the height advantage. They're out rebounding. And they're causing fouls with their physicality off these same rebounds. Because, the Dolphins, they're trying to get physical because they got to make up for the height. So they're trying to get physical, 100%. And they can't.
Trying to have the defensive effort there.
As inbound is now given over to Jermaine, and Jermaine denies the screen, goes baseline, and gets the right-hand layup to go. It is 51-45, Panthers. Jermaine King, he has been definitely the offensive MVP of this game. And Josh with the ball. He got the steal over off Alex, and now goes up for the foul. He knew he was getting that call. Shot it anyways.
Yeah, he went up with that shot.
He embraced the contact.
Kind of knowing he was going to get that foul there.
Right. So he will now shoot two at the line. And it seems like the Panthers now have that same control over this game that they had in the first half of the game, that first quarter of the game, if you will. Those first 10 minutes. It's been replicated in this half.
And I think it's bringing a little more energy now. They came out in this half, looking like they wanted more.
Yeah. More rebounds, more hustle plays, getting on a fast break more. It definitely looks different from the previous 5 minutes 100%. Before halftime.
They definitely talked it over, see, what they can do better.
Right.
On the court.
Now you really want to maintain this and play this game out.
That's what it comes down to, maintaining that momentum you have. You can't let that slide, because if you let that slide and then the Dolphins take advantage of that, then you have like a tie game again. Right.
So now the Panthers are up 8 points as it seems to be Luis. Is that Luis Vidal? He tried to dribble the ball up, got trapped at half court, and a timeout was called to prevent a turnover. Good defense by the Panthers. That is back to the intensity that we were talking about. Bringing the intensity, not allowing them to even get past half court.
Yeah, just right. They keep continuing to bring that effort. And it looks like they just care a little more than the Dolphins right now.
Right. And you're kind of starting to see why the Dolphins have the record that they have. They aren't really creating those looks like they were in the first half. And so you wonder how they're going to bring that. You wonder how that's going to kind of happen again.
No, yeah, I agree, Josh.
So, looking at the Panthers, it looks like they have a good chance at winning. So, if you're the Dolphins, how do you guard the Panthers?
That's a hard question right there, because the Panthers have the height advantage, and trying to get around that height could be a little more harder. Maybe you got to be a little more aggressive with the play there.
If I'm their coach, I'm gonna wall up the paint. I'm gonna put a few defenders in the paint, near the paint, so
they can't get those easy points right there.
You can't just take advantage of the height of it. Yeah. As seems to be Alex gives the ball over to Gerard, and Gerard. A technical foul has been called after that foul. So it seemed to be a turnover by the Dolphins. I wasn't sure if it was an offensive foul of some sort, but the ball was given to the Panthers, and now they're shooting a technical free throw because of Blake. Yeah, Blake Mitchell. His tempers have been high this game. We saw him upset on the baseline after the block and now we're seeing him. He's upset after that call.
You know,
Seems like he's
he
kinda costing
does
the team.
seem like he does kind of still care at the end of the day, but you can't be doing these sloppy mistakes like that.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you're down 8, and you don't want to be down 9. You know.
You know, this is just a
Actually
great
get down.
opportunity for the Panthers, you know, to continue their momentum that they're having right now.
Right, they're gonna get the ball back after this, so they get to take a good shot after the 2 free throws. Still
And
11 minutes to go.
And the Panthers have been doing great with the free throws. Kind of something I've seen in previous games. They haven't been hitting a lot of free throws. I think, you know, this time they're really taking advantage of getting those easy buckets right there.
I agree. It's funny, the Panthers, they have more steals than St. Vincent. They have more, like, they have better shot percentage. Overall, they have more time with the lead. It seems like they do have this game in control, but it is 11 minutes left.
You know, that's still a lot of time for the game.
That's right. As the Panthers, they found the open 3 for Joel. He missed it. And now Alex, he's bringing up the ball, finds Galdo, he misses that layup at the rim. Jermaine, he's trying to find Josh for the 3. It's no good. Galdo with the ball.
I think that shot he took that a little too quick there. And then my thing with the Panthers, you don't want them, you know, to be lazy. Continue this lead that you have.
Right. As Woodbury takes on some contact and passes over to the corner. No corner shot was no good as Alex gets the rebound. He's been everywhere. He's trying to size up. Gets it over to Gatto. And Joel can't really find a shot. It looked like a travel, but he gets a foul call after being hit on the head.
You know, I still personally think that was a good defensive effort there.
Of course. I think the Panthers kind of have this team figured out because you could kind of see how the Panthers are getting in position before they even...
I agree.
They're
a little more
prepped.
prepared.
Yeah, exactly. And Joel Gatto misses his free throw. It seems like nothing is going right now for the Dolphins. You're down 10, and on top of that, you had the you had the turnovers to start the half.
He made the second one there.
Joel did make the second free throw, but every point counts. You need every point.
You're 100%. I agree there.
Jermaine gets the ball over to Emo. Emo gives it to Josh. Josh over to Yigit Balto. And now he'll take that 3. It's no good as Joel gets the layup. No good. Tries for the rebound. Yigit gets the rebound. Tips it over to Emo. Emo gives it over to Jermaine. And Jermaine is now sizing up Woodbury. Star matchup right now. Got to watch that backcourt violation.
Yeah, he was getting really close there.
And bad pass right there for Jermaine. He should have just shot it. He kind of tried to settle in. A layup is good for Woodbury. It looked like he was about to dunk it. Settled. And Jermaine, he's now pushing the tempo. He's trying to find an open man. Gets it to Joel. Joel takes a layup. Is good.
What a tough layup right there.
And now you see Fidel Louis Fidel. He's trying to push the pace. It seemed like Alex. He's looking for a shot. He's looking for an open man. Finds one. Lewis for 3. It's good.
Wow.
Lewis, he played really decent in the last game. And a shot for Josh. He's been scoring relentlessly.
All game long. You know, and it kind of, in basketball, or kind of like even in any sport, every possession matters.
As Gatto, he went up for a shot, no good. Jermaine at half court, he's trying to get past Woodbury. Woodbury on the defensive end, he's been bringing it. Offense, he's been pretty quiet. Pretty quiet compared to last game. A foul is called on the Dolphins, off the ball. And we're waiting for the substitutions to be made right now. You can see see Tyler Conley stepping onto the court. In his 24 minutes, he's had about 10 points, but 2 for 7 shooting, 2 for 6 from 3.
Yeah, I think he should find that pass more instead of going up with that ball, because he's not really shooting the best here today.
I agree. As you see now, sorry for the dead air. Emo is at the line. I was wondering where the foul was as
Me too.
the shot goes up. And it's no good.
You cannot be missing those free throws right now.
That's right.
Especially this late into the game.
Alex takes a jump shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Conley, and Conley gets a foul off the offensive rebound. And if you're Joel, you just got to get in position.
No, I agree with you. Find where you're comfortable out there, and make that shot.
Ofori and Taylor, they just got to get in position better so you don't allow those types of rebounds.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then you're giving up points, and now it could be a 53-59 game. And there's still 8 minutes left. You don't want them to come back and then you're regretting, how you had that 8-point lead, 9-point, 10-point lead at one point.
100%.
And they missed the free throw. And they get the offensive rebound. And then a foul is called.
Not sure
on
exactly
who or where,
happened there.
But the Dolphins will be inbounding, and Alex will maintain possession. Gets it over to Joel, and Joel with the slam. Gatto, number 6. He's wearing those Kobe's for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Seemed like, hey, those pink shoes, they kind of gave him some up, right?
I agree.
As Emo, he's surveying the offense. It seems like they shifted from Jermaine being a point guard and making plays to now Emo. He's the main one making decisions and letting Jermaine kind of shoot the ball. And you want to see him take a shot here, as he does. And it's no good off the glass. It was very close, right off the front of the rim. He used the backboard right there, but no good, as Alex gets a shot. Alex, that's his first make of the game. Actually, no, his second make of the game. He is 2 for 5.
Making that 59-56 Panthers.
That's right. And a timeout is now called by the Panthers. That's right. You need a timeout.
I think, for the Panthers, you can't let the Dolphins get in their head right now.
That's right. You got to keep attacking. You got to keep getting the ball into the paint.
I think you got to keep doing what you've been doing for the whole second half.
I agree. I think their points coming off of the transition, that's kind of what's been helping them. I noticed that
100%.
I noticed that the Dolphins, they try to speed up the pace, and they can't. They actually can't, because it forces them to get turnovers, and then, of course, the Panthers are going to get their transition points. The Panthers could score in transition. They actually could play fast. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Panthers can actually speed up the pace if they want to. That's what you see with Jermaine. That's what you see with Emo.
They're almost controlling the pace of the game.
Literally, that's what they're doing. And I think the Dolphins kind of take it back when they're shooting free throws, and they're also just holding the ball for the possession for a really long time. That's slowing down the pace. That's kind of making the defense make smarter decisions, and it's also helping the offense, right? It's helping them on defense. They actually get back on defense easier. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, more quickly.
Exactly. So,
and slowing down, like you said before, Josh, it allows for them to really think about what they want to do there.
Right. I agree. As the Panthers, they're coming back out from that timeout, and let's hope they can just rejuvenize that spark that they had. The first 10 minutes, that's what mattered at first, but now these last 10 minutes matter. Josh tries to get the shot over the defense, is no good. They could have had a better shot right there.
No, Josh, 100%. I agree there. Kind of was a little sloppy there, in my opinion.
Right. Alex, He's surveying. He wanted the three, gave it over to Lewis. Lewis snatches the ball back, gets it down low. Joel tried to catch. He lost the ball. Jermaine pushing the pace. He's looking for someone to get it to. Finds it in the corner. Emo for three. No good. That was a close one, but that was a good shot. You want more of those.
Good effort, though.
Alex, once again, bringing the ball up. He's not really looking to shoot. He's looking for Gatto. Gatto takes over into contact and goes through with the layup. 58-59. 1 point advantage for the Panthers. And if you're the Panthers, you're looking for a spark. You're looking for some way to score and then keep scoring.
100%. Yeah, the Dolphins, are kind of closing in on the lead that the Panthers had.
Looking at Christian. Christian, he's finding Josh on the wing, left wing. Gets the top of the key to Ofori. Ofori takes it down through the lane and gets a layup. No good, and then gets his own foul. That's what you got to do. Those rebounds, that's what matters.
Second chance points are
that's
so
gonna matter.
important.
That's going to matter. And now it's a three-point game. The Dolphins gets a good pass by Alex down to Gatto, and it's no good. That two-man action is working, though. That screen and roll action with Gatto and Alex. That's working. I don't know how the Panthers are going to really stop that one. That's dangerous, especially at this point in the game.
This late in the game, 100%, Josh. We're closing in on 5 minutes left on this game.
And Jermaine right now, left wing. He's trying to drive. Looks back for Christian, wide open for three. It's good. Yes, sir.
I think that three is going to be able to carry their momentum to the end of this game.
I agree. Lewis goes up with the shot. It's good. What a good layup.
Yeah, Josh. That was a tough layup right there.
Tough contact. He fell and everything and still went down. Props to Lewis for that one. All right, it is 58-64 Panthers lead. And, yeah, it seems like they got that hustle back. They got to maintain that. It seems like after every timeout, you just see how the momentum swings that other way.
100%.
Like you see when the Penguins call that first timeout of the half, it kind of swung that momentum back the other way. They kind of got close again. But then, of course, now you see the Panthers, they maintain that same control.
Yeah,
so how do you think they're going to maintain that control now, though?
I think they got to continue what they've been doing for this entire half here. The Dolphins are kind of closing in on the lead, that the Panthers had. But I think the main theme for this game is just continuing to carry your momentum, because that truly matters now, especially now that we have 4 minutes and 49 seconds left. Because every possession counts there.
I agree. I'm looking at the shot chart right now, and looking at the shot chart, I would really love to see Jermaine King shoot more. I just want to see him take more shots. He's been scoring it. I kind of want to see him take more. And if you're the University of Mount St. Vernon or St. Vincent,
yeah,
you in a way you want to get your shots up, your makeable shots, because they're a jump shooting team. Yeah. So I think they should keep finding the corner, like driving and kicking. They should still take their shots. I think they can still stay in it, and I think they gotta feed Woodbury more. I think they haven't really gone to him, and he was their main guy last game. So I think they gotta look for him. But Jermaine, he brings the ball up and gets to the Ofari. Ofari, he's been playing this whole half just about. Christian, he now has the ball and gets it over to Josh, and Josh, he's getting held. He's getting held on the wing. It is 64-60 for the Panthers, and Josh Min will be on the line.
This late into the game, you gotta watch those fouls.
You do, because now it seems like the Panthers are actually in a bonus from earlier in the half. You can hear a pin drop. First shot is good for Josh. And if I'm Jermaine right now, I'm getting back. I'm getting set for defense. I'm getting back. I'm making sure that nothing can really go down on my watch. But he wants the full court press. It seems like the Panthers are full court pressing. Woodbury, he gets past him, and a lob is thrown to Gatto, and the layup is good.
That was a tough lay, Josh.
That was a great pass.
Yeah.
It was a pass, and it was straight to the rim. Good alley-oop as Jermaine is now surveying the court, trying to find a shot. Gets a screen, stops on a dime, spins off it, gets it to Christian. Christian gets it to number 31 here, Emo. Jermaine gets it back, and now Joel shoots it. It's no good off the front of the rim. He gets his own rebound back, another offensive rebound, and he will now shoot free throws.
What an F right there, trying to get that second chance point there.
That's what he's been doing all game, and it seems like that's why they're still in the lead. Because if he misses that and gives up the rebound, they have a chance to really convert and really benefit off that.
And now he's at the line for a chance to score more, 2 extra buckets there.
That's right. Joel now on the line gets it up, and it's no good, but he has one more to go. It is 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this second half of basketball. I'm looking forward to a Panther win.
Yeah, no, they got to continue to maintain this momentum.
I agree.
Now there's a timeout that both teams are going to talk it over.
Both teams will talk it over. Seems like no substitutions are really going on. If you're the coach, how do you tell the Panthers to guard the Dolphins?
I think since the Dolphins want to shoot the ball more, they're more on the perimeter.
Right.
They, stepping up a little more there. Especially that you have 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. Like, the game's really closing in now.
Honestly, I agree. And I think, honestly, just keep getting in position for rebounds and for just those possessions, because you don't want to allow them to get offensive rebounds like how we've been getting offensive rebounds.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then they're getting extra chances to score. It's 3 minutes. It's a lot of time.
A lot could happen.
Yeah. Looking at if you want to get just a total summary of the game, Joel Gatto, 19 points tonight. 19 points. He's playing really good. Most of his points are coming off of passes where he'll take one dribble in a post, maybe just off the catch and just put up the shot. But he's been getting his makes. And Eric Woodbury, who was the main focus on defense, has been limited to 12 points. And Tyler Conley, who started off the half with 10 points, now only has 11 points. So we'll see how, the flow of the game changes for the Dolphins, because it seems like it's been pretty stagnant. Alex, he's trying to find an open man to make it happen. Woodbury, he now gets the ball. He's finding Alex in the corner. Alex for 3. It's no good. Rebound goes to Jermaine. He stole it from the Dolphins.
Oh my gosh.
Jermaine is now taking his time. That's what you're supposed to do when you have a lead in this close game. You take your time. You let the clock drain out. You want to use that entire shot clock.
Yeah, no, that I agree on that 100%. Good, you just depleting the time even more.
Emo with a shot. That was a great leaner. That was a great running leaner.
Yeah,
love to see it.
Yeah, that was an amazing shot there, Josh.
Great shot. Up 7 now. Woodbury traveled right there. I know you saw that.
Yeah, I definitely seen that too.
Oh, and a foul is called for Woodbury. He may be at the line, but if you saw him when he caught the ball, he landed, took 2 steps, and then took another one. You can't do that.
I don't know how the ref didn't see that right there.
He was looking right at it, right? Yeah.
Especially this late into the game.
Yeah, you can't miss those, but he will be at the line, it seems. One single person clapping for Woodbury. That's amazing. That's what you call an away crowd. Woodbury looking for his 13th point of the game, and it is no good. No good. Jermaine with the ball. Jermaine King surveying the floor. Set over to Emo. Emo is now dribbling. Gets it between his legs, trying to get past the defender, and gets fouled. Yeah, 2 hands on the body. That is a foul.
Something I noticed in these last like 5 minutes, the Dolphins are fouling the Panthers.
They're getting physical.
Are tremendous a lot.
Desperate. That's right. That's right, Nick. They're fouling. They're getting physical. They're getting desperate. They want the ball back. But it's not how you get it. As Emo, he shoots his first free throw and it's no good. Can extend this lead to 8 points. And he does. And a timeout is called. Panthers will talk it over. Dolphins will talk it over. And Josh Minton with 13 points. Very important points, though. He had 2 threes early on. He's been getting to the rack, and he's getting on the free throw line. Very important. Joel Ofori.
It may not be as many points, from last game, but these points that he's scoring right here, like you said, they're very crucial points.
Crucial. Joel Ofori, only 13 points, but you could argue he's been the star of the game for the Panthers.
He's been rebounding, all over the court.
Offensive rebounding, getting the ball back and scoring it. Very important. And then Emo, he had a 3 early on, and he also was just, well, not the 3 early on. He was just on the fast break. He was causing steals and getting easy layups. Yeah. He's just been showing an effort at all points of the court. It was like he got comfortable in the first half, so then the second half they trusted him more with the ball. As the Dolphins, they inbounded. And Lewis with the ball. He's looking for a shot. Gives it over to Alex. Alex gives it over to Joel. Gatto over to Woodbury. Woodbury with the layup is good. But the Panthers, they're in a rush to get out, but they really should take their time and drain the clock. Yeah, take advantage. Letting the time go down. That's right. Because you don't want to give the Dolphins the opportunity to come back now. Exactly. You don't want to let them score more or even just have more possessions to score. Yeah, 100%. And Jermaine, he now takes the screen, and Joel, open but not open, gets it over to Christian. Christian takes some contact, gets his own rebound, and then gets up at layup. That was a crazy layup, Josh. Lewis gets a crossover, picks up this dribble, gets over to Joel. Joel bodies up. He bodied up. All right, so you had Joel versus Joel battle right there. That's right. You had Ofori was called on the foul on Gatto. So the Joel and Joel action right there. That Joel and Joel, crime. Joel and Joel. No. He gets his shot up, and Joel, he hits his shot. It's 65-72 for the Panthers. If you're the Panthers, you really don't want them at the line. But yeah, no, because it's these simple buckets right here. Simple buckets, and you're stopping the clock. You want the clock to drain out as fast as possible. Which allows the Dolphins to potentially get more possessions here. That's right. So we're looking for somebody to inbound it to. And Christian finally finds someone to get the ball to. They now trap. They send almost a triple team on Jermaine, but that means somebody's wide open down low, and a dunk is almost made happen by Joel. Oh my gosh. He tried to put down the one-hand tomahawk, but it was no good. And another backcourt violation by Jermaine. That is the second one this game. He needs to really watch out for that logo, that line. Yeah, no, because that's such a turnover that could be prevented there. Right, and it's only a 6-point game. I mean, one shot and it's a one-possession game. You really do not need this. It is 1:30 left in the game. Joel Gatto gives it over to Woodbury, and Gatto loses his footing. He thought he got tripped up. He lost his footing. He's physically frustrated right there. He's frustrated. Christian will be inbounding the ball, getting it over to Jermaine. He swings it over to Emo. And Emo, he split the double, but then they're still not getting past half court. They called a foul on the Dolphins. The Dolphins were very upset about that one. Yeah, to be fair, you're sending 3 defenders at one guy. That is true, but you can see the Dolphins coach here, really not liking that. Really right animated, and I mean they have the right to, but you're also sending 3 guys at 1 guy. It's going to look like some contact.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be looking kind of crazy there.
Yeah. So just keeping up with the stats. Joe Gatto, he has 21 now. Looking at Conley. Conley, with 31 minutes in the game, he is still with his 11 points. Woodbury, he has his 14. Jermaine King actually sinked both his free throws just now as the Dolphins, they try to find some way to spark some offense as they're down 8 points now with a minute to go. A foul is called on the Panthers as a double team was thrown at Conley.
Yet again, the clock keeps stopping him.
Right, and they will now shoot some free throws. But it is 74 set to 66 for
So
the Panthers.
these free throws right here, these are very important.
They're important.
Movie number 0, Tyler Conley. Water ball.
Tyler goes up with the free throw. It's good. That is his 12th point of the game. I was naming the scoring leaders for the Dolphins, but I didn't get the highest scoring leader, or not the highest, but Fidel, Blake had 7 and 6 points. They combined for 13. And then you had 4 points for Alex as both free throws went down. And oh, tomahawk slam by Joel Ofori. He cocked it back.
You know, he was
Dunked
looking,
that one. He was wide
looking
open.
for that before in the game. You know, now he actually got that
Yeah, he
dunk down.
tried it and missed it, but then he got that one to go. And the reason why he was able to pull that one off was because they inbounded it to Jermaine, who, once again, he had multiple players on him. They just chucked it down the court, and he was wide open.
Yeah, and he took full advantage of that right there.
So this goes back to what I was saying. Why send the triple team? If you're playing all this defense, why leave somebody open?
Because, you know,
why get 2 points to give up 2 points? Like,
yeah, you know,
that's what I don't get.
When you send the 3 right there, there's always going to be a player open there. And, you know, the Panthers fully took advantage of that right there.
That's right. Yeah, so 53 seconds on the clock. If you're rooting for the Panthers, you got to be excited. This might be the longest 53 seconds of your life. Who knows?
Josh, I agree on that. Honestly, this has been such a long, 3 minutes.
That's right. And the Dolphins, they won't make any lineup substitutions. Neither will the Panthers.
So they're going to continue with the same lineup that they've been running.
That's right. What I do like about the Panthers is, at the end of the game, the Panthers do not look that tired.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
I know we just came out of a timeout, but they don't look that tired at all.
The Panthers are trying, to take the dub here.
That's right. And Alex with the ball. He's trying to come up with something for the team. Gets it over Woodbury, and Woodbury wanted to take a shot and then gave it over to Gatto for the layup. It is 70-76 for the Panthers as they're now trying to inbound. Ofori, he's trying to get it over to King, and King received the ball, gets it over now to Emo. They give it back to King. King gets it over to Josh, and Josh is still holding the ball. They're double teaming him, triple teaming him. They jump ball.
And that brings the game in under 30 seconds in 29.8.
They actually called a foul on the Dolphins, and so now Josh will shoot more free throws, and he will now advance his total to a possible 15 points.
Shooting 2.
Got to give credit to the Panthers. They had a lot of hustle tonight. They actually played a lot of defense. They really got at it.
It was such a big turnaround from the first half to the second half.
To the second half. Not as many turnovers.
Not playing as sloppy.
And you have just about 3 players, almost 4 players with about 15 points. So Gatto, he tries to get a layup up, then Woodbury with a follow. It was no good. It is an 8-point game, and Old Westbury, Emo gotten fouled, take foul, and seems like the game is nearing an end.
Going back on what you said, Josh, the 3 players having 15 points, that just means, they're passing the ball really efficiently there. They're trying to get the whole team involved there.
That's right. And you win easier like that when you have more scoring threats, when you have more guys on the team who score in different ways.
Yeah, 100%.
You become more of a threat. And then when you think over at the Dolphins, that Blake Mitchell kid, he was getting after it, but he got frustrated and got subbed out, and it wasn't really happening for them. The 80th point goes down for the Panthers, 80-70. Alex gets a shot up. It is blocked by the Panthers. They secure a rebound, and you can throw the ball up court, or they're going to throw it. They're going to get past half court. And the teams are going to line up. And the final buzzer has finally sounded. 80-70. Panthers over the Dolphins. And if you're, the funny thing is, I actually didn't expect this. But we'll be back with post-game coverage on OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio. Great win for the Panthers here in the Clark Athletic Center. But yes, we will be back after this break.
Welcome back with OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio. You are here with your Panther player of the game, Joshua Minnow. Josh, you had a 3. You were getting to the line. You were playing physical, playing hard. So what was the objective for the Panthers today?
Well, first and foremost, just give all the glory to God, man. Without him, nothing's possible. But to answer your question, man, we came out here playing physical. It was a scrappy game. But, we find ways to win. We find ways to get stops on defense. And we got the job done.
All right, so the Panthers have now won 3 straight. So in the past 3 games, what do you think has changed? What has caused that streak to occur?
I think it's just playing together, playing with energy. Playing defense was like getting rebounds was some things that we had to work on, but we got that together. We played together. We kept staying positive, kept our head up, and we just played Panther basketball.
And the defensive intensity, y'all stayed locked in throughout the game, got a lot of transition points. What was the mindset with the defense?
Just making sure we get stops off the screens, trapping. We worked a lot of that in practice, this week, so it helped a lot and it paid off.
Great. And for the last question, your next opponent is Farmingdale Rams. The Panthers have faced before and they actually lost to them. So how do you see the Rams? What perspective are you coming from in that matchup? How are you going to approach it?
It's another game, another opportunity to get the job done. Farmingdale's a really good team. We didn't play well against them here at home, but we're looking forward to coming to their place and play our game and continue the streak.
All right, go win tonight, Josh.
Thank you so much.
It has to be a really feel good moment for the Panthers, because they're coming. They just now they've won 3 games in a row. They can kind of really build on this momentum for their next game.
I agree. Overall, I think the Panthers, they had some issues shooting the ball, but their defense was very locked in. It's funny seeing them be a team that attacks the paint, gets, they're, well, actually, we can talk about how they started the game. So,
okay.
What I noticed just at the beginning was they got in transition. They caused a lot of turnovers, like what Josh just said, and I think they really benefited from that because Emo, Jermaine and Joel, they just took little things kind of added to the early lead, and they just built off of it. The Dolphins, they got involved a little, but it wasn't enough. What I noticed was, you had Josh, you had Jermaine, you had Joel, and you had Emo. These guys, they got at it, and they worked for it tonight. They wanted to win. They got it. Third in a row. I'm very proud of the Panthers tonight.
No, yeah, I really agree with you on that. You know, it's like I just said, you know, having that 3-game win streak, like now they can continue to build on this. Like it must feel real great for the Panthers. You know, capitalizing on that win streak.
Right. Yeah, and you see Jermaine, 18 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Shot pretty well. And, you know, I feel like players like that, you kind of need them to like contribute you need them to contribute in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? He got to the line. He also got into the paint, but he took mostly jump shots. But, you know, finishing out the game with 8 assists, he was finding Joel Ofori in the paint. And so, you know, we look forward to them keep playing like that next game.
Yeah, I really agree on that too. No, yeah. So, and for the Dolphins, that now makes it, you know, an 8-game losing streak. You got to think, you know, why? Like, what things could they have done differently this game? I believe, you know, in this game, it was a big height difference. The Panthers took full advantage of that, and then overall, it got the Panthers the W.
And we are also here for our Panther player of the game, Jermaine King. So, Jermaine, you had 18 points tonight. You had 5 rebounds, 9 assists. What do you think led to just your performance tonight and the Panthers' overall performance?
It's a collective win. So, like, everybody has to do their part as a whole. Like, and my role is to help or do whatever the team needs to win. And I need to, like, be the general of the team.
We saw that you were definitely floor general, point guard of the team, and finding players like Ofori down low. Defensively, how do you think that you guys kept the intensity not only in like early in the first half, but just throughout the second half too? Because that's what, you know, led to that win.
It's just a mentality. If you have the will to play defense, and coaches always talking about like how we need to pressure the ball, and then we got to execute off that.
All right, and so the Panthers, they have now won 3 games in a row. And what has changed since, you know, that first win? What has led to this 3-game win streak?
Our approach to games is different than how they were in the beginning. Like we have the will to win now.
And your next opponent is actually the Farmingdale Rams, who you guys have played before and actually took a loss to. So what's the mentality going into that next matchup?
We can't let them get 2 on us. We got to come out with a fight.
All right, well, thank you, Jermaine. Great game tonight, and we look forward to seeing that soon.
Thank you. So that was our Panther player of the game, Jermaine King Jr. Great performance tonight. Great performance by also Josh Minton. Also great performance by Emo. Also great performance by Joel Ofori. But we just want to credit the Panthers on that win tonight. But that about wraps it up for this broadcast tonight. We want to give a big thanks to the color commentator, Nick Marsh. We want to give a big thanks to Mohamed Dukuray, being our engineer and keeping everything running smoothly. And a huge thanks to our station manager, Joseph Manfredi, for making this broadcast possible. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring you guys the game tonight. From all of us here at OWWR, Old Westbury Web Radio, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.